Hey y'all, it's your girl Nay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Do you want to know how to become a realtor? Stay to the end and you will have all the tips and tricks on what it takes to become a realtor. I've gotten a lot of inquiries on people wanting to know what it takes to become a realtor. How do you do it? Where do you start? What does the process look like? And I'm here to tell you that because I am not a gatekeeper. If you don't follow me on TikTok, make sure you follow me. My ad is KUWNAY. That just stands for keeping up with Nay, because a lot of people be like Quanae, but no, it's keeping up with Nay. Now that I got all of that squared away, this is what we're here for. So I'm gonna jump right into it. If you can't tell, I am doing an open house right now, and the house I am in is a new build. I just wanted to say that because it's so beautiful in here, y'all. So I was like, what better time than to do the video than now? In order to become a realtor, what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is find a class. Whether that's in person, online class. They have a self-paced option and also an option for you to meet up with a class online. But wherever you are, just search up real estate classes in whatever state you're in, whatever city you're in, then a few options should pop up. So where I'm at, all I did was I searched up real estate classes online. A few options came up. I decided on this one school because one, they had some really good reviews, and two, because it was more self-paced, and I would like to I knew I had a time frame in my head. I wanted to be done within that class, within 2 months. So my class was probably like 4 months, but since it was self-paced, I was able to go ahead and take it and get my license in 2 months. So after you sign up to your class, you have to have 90 hours. I think I'm telling you correct, you have to have 90 hours. So you have to have 30 state and 30 national. So for my online class, what I had to do was go through modules, and at the end of each module, there'll be a test. You have to pass the test. You get a lot of options to pass those tests, but once you get to the end of the state portion, there's a big test. You only get 2 tries to pass that test. If you fail the test, you have to take it all the way over again. So I will say, give yourself a little bit of time to actually lock in. Whenever you take this class, you need to be able to focus on strictly this class and not anything else, especially if you have a time frame like I did. So once you pass your national and your state portion, what you then do is they will send you information on your next steps. So that would include you going onto the Pearson website and schedule to take your test. I would recommend taking your test within those 7 days. Do not wait longer, because a lot of this test isn't what we'll say common knowledge. A lot of this stuff is stuff that we don't even, we know nothing about. It's real estate. We don't talk about real estate in our high schools and middle school stuff. So this is stuff that all of this will be new to you. All the information was new to me. I actually studied on YouTube, and I did a couple practice tests. I would take a few practice tests every single day just on Google, and then I would take the Pearson practice test because that's who administering the test. That's who will be administering your test. It's Pearson. So they have these practice tests set up for you to go in, and you can pay, I think it was $16 every time you test. I think I took their test twice, and I will write down the questions I missed, go back and study them, take the practice test on Google, and then I'll go back and take the Pearson test. I did flashcards. That really helped me. So I will put the questions on one side and the answer on another side. You will notice that some of these questions come up over and over and over. And I noticed that those questions came up on the test, on the actual test. So I will say, pay attention to those questions. Don't just skip over them. Flashcards, really gonna be your best friend. Study exams is really gonna be your best friend. That Pearson exam was hands down the best thing I could have done. So after I scheduled my exam within those 7 days, do not wait, I went into the lab, the Pearson Test Center, the Pearson Test Center, and there was a few other people in there taking a test at the same time as me. So you sit down, it's a multiple choice type of test format. So you'll take your state portion first, and then when you finish with that, it'll move you on to your national portion. When you finish with that, it will not tell you your test on screen, but you'll call your instructor, they'll close it out and everything. But as soon as I left out of my testing room and they handed me my paperwork, it told me if I passed or failed. And I passed on the first try. So if you follow these tips and tricks that I'm giving you, you should be able to pass on the first try as well. But I passed on the first try. Once I did that, all I had to do was wait until my stuff came up and I go and sign up on the registry. They'll give you the information to sign up on the registry. And after that, all you would need to do is find someone to work with. So it's not like they say, here's your license. You have to have, well, in my state, you have to have a brokerage before they gave you your license. So what I did was I went to different brokerages. Really, I only went to two of the bigger ones here in my state, and I interviewed them. So when I interviewed them, in my interview, the question I asked them was, first was about mentorships, because this is brand spanking new. I know I want to do real estate, but I also know I need a team behind me. I need people that's going to be able to coach me and teach me along the way, and not just throw me out there to the wolves and be like, okay, do what you got to do, you know? So I asked them if they had mentorship programs. I asked them what their split was, like if it was an 80-20 split, 50-50 split, 60-40 split, that type of thing. You really need to know what the split is. You need to know basically how they can help you. And what else did I ask them? I asked them a few other questions that I have written down somewhere, but the main questions were about the mentorships and then the split. So yeah, so after I interviewed the two and gathered what both companies said they would offer me, one of them, the one that I decided not to go with, fees. Fees is another thing you really need to ask about. What are their monthly fees? What type of subscriptions you're gonna have to pay for yearly? What are those payments going to look like? Because y'all, I swear, being a realtor is not cheap. You actually have to pay to play. So you do have fees that you have to pay and everything and that type of stuff. Some of the main bigger companies have offices. You have to pay for office space, that type of stuff. Thankfully, the one that I went with didn't have those like large fees, but we still have fees that we have to pay to keep up with, like our MLS and our license, everything, like every year. So the one company that I decided not to go with, I made that decision because one, when I interviewed the broker, he made it look like he really didn't have time to teach new realtors, and I knew that wouldn't align with me. That may align with some people. They may be able to do it, but I knew I couldn't do that. It was more like, yeah, I really don't have time to do this, but we have these classes online. We have this, we have this. I don't have time to do this. I don't have. So I knew I couldn't do that. I was automatically like, no. And then their split was like a 70-30 split or something like that. It might have been 50-50. I don't know. And then their fees was like, I want to say like $1,500, probably a month. Like a month, yeah, like $1,500 a month. And I was like, that's way too much starting out, because if I'm trying to learn, I know I'm not going to be making that much within my first few months, because of what I am learning. I don't want to have to pay all of these fees when I'm trying to learn. Once I get, as a beginner, I say, I don't know, you kind of have to pick your poison. As a beginner, I would recommend working with the company. Well, it depends on your learning style. So if you feel like you can learn really quickly and you need someone tagging along with you, it may be worth it to join a company with the higher fees, because most of the time if they have higher fees, they got a better split. So they might have like a 90-10 split where you get 90% and the company gets 10%, you know, something like that, but the fees are higher, which it may work for some people, but I would recommend getting with a company that has a decent split. I think 80-20 is pretty decent, you know, those type of splits, and don't charge as much monthly, because that gives you time to learn and actually grow. And then once you learn all you can, maybe you can go to a company that maybe don't have that one-to-one hands-on, but they're giving you like 100% split. You don't have to split, you get 100% of what you make. So, or like 95% of what you make. So it's kind of like one of those things where you have to play it by ear. Like, you have to know your learning style, know what you want out of this, but you definitely got to come into it with a strong mind, because it is not easy. It's not easy. It looks fun, and it is fun for the most part. If you like stay on it, you really got to be consistent and block out time. I didn't work while I was getting my real estate license, because I really wanted to focus on it. And then even now, I wasn't working, but I do like 2 days a week. And the rest of it, I try to focus on real estate. Right now, I'm doing 4 open houses on the weekends, so 2 on Saturdays and 2 on Sundays. That is how you're going to build your clientele. Real estate is all about marketing. Like, you have to know how to market yourself, and the more I'm in it, the more I'm learning. You have to know how to market yourself. Social media really helps. Having a page for just this type of stuff, because that's where a lot of clients will come from. It really helps to know like your area and know the people and know the people that are in your area. But I will say that's not excuse. That is not an excuse, because I don't know anybody in my area. I'm new here, so I came into it and I just hit the road running, and here we are. So I hope this helped y'all a lot. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, it is a fun and easy process. You can do it. You just have to be very consistent and have the mind for it. Know what you're getting into it for, and have a goal. Like, you need to have a goal. Make sure you set clear goals and make them realistic, clear-cut goals. Because yes, you can make $100,000 a year, but I feel like that's very unrealistic. To come in as a newbie saying I'm about to make $100,000 in 3 months, that is not the case, baby. You're gonna have to work for it. You have to build up to it, and eventually you will get there. But I wish everybody much success in this journey. Please let me know if you're a new realtor, if you're planning on taking the class, when you plan on taking it, if you get ready to test, if you need any testing tips. If I can help you with anything, just let me know in the comments, and I will be more than happy to help you guys. Good luck on everything, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.